It's time now for our business news, and for that I'm joined by Anka Ula. Let's start in the US, Anka, where President Donald Trump is overturning yet another initiative set by the Obama administration, this time offshore drilling.
That's right. So on Thursday, Trump announced what he's calling a new American energy policy. He's saying that the U.S. would open up offshore drilling in areas that were previously off limits under the Obama administration. The area in question is the Outer Continental Shelf, which basically includes all major oceans and seas off the U.S. coast. Under Obama, 90% of this land was off limits for oil drilling. But a recent Trump administration analysis showed that oil production there could create 3,000 jobs, hence the new policy. Take a listen.
In order to unlock more energy from the 94% of offshore land closed to development, under the previous administration, so much of our land was closed to development. We're opening it up, the right areas, but we're opening it up. We're creating a new offshore oil and gas leasing program. America will be allowed to access the vast energy wealth located right off our shores. And this is all just the beginning, believe me. The golden era of American energy is now underway.
Turning now to India, Anka, which is making some big changes to its tax system.
That's right. So it's India's biggest tax reform since independence, and it's set to take effect on July 1st, making the country, for the first time, a true single market. Before this, taxes were levied by each of the Federation's 12 states. But now, a single tax authority will be responsible for the equivalent of 1.7 trillion euros. The goal here is to unify the Indian economy, but the transition is likely to be turbulent. France 24's correspondents in New Delhi have this special report.
It's past midnight. These trucks are waiting to clear the final checkpost before they can enter the capital, New Delhi.
I've been stopped 17 times between Mumbai and Delhi, and I've spent 270 euros.
These drivers had to pay a separate tax each time they crossed into a new state before arriving in New Delhi. For them, the introduction of a single tax system is the end of a logistical nightmare.
If there is one tax for the whole country, for all states, whether large or small, then everyone will benefit. The GST is the only way for our country to move forward. There is no alternative.
The tax reform is finally here, after 17 years of lengthy negotiations between New Delhi and the 29 states in the Union. The transition is likely to be rocky. Praveen Khandelwal is the head of the Traders Union. He is acting as a bridge between unhappy traders and the government.
There is some section of people, those who are a little unhappy with the tax rates, and government must take cognizance of the issues raised by them.
Small businesses could end up paying more, and everyone will have to declare their income online. Surprisingly, some companies may have to file 1,400 tax returns each year instead of just 2. But this economist believes the reform is absolutely necessary.
Multinationals which would come in, they want that kind of a platform, so their ease of doing business is assured. Over a period of time, as things get adjusted in 2-3 years' time, maybe things might ease a little.
In a country where only 3% people pay income tax, the government also hopes the reform will expand the taxpayer base.
Moving on to the markets, Anka, how are they trading this morning?
Well, Asian markets are all in the red just a short while ago, following a major sell-off on Wall Street last night. Tokyo's Nikkei is down more than 1%, Hong Kong about 0.4%, and Seoul down more than 0.3%. We're seeing increased volatility as markets digest announcements from major central banks in Europe earlier this week and North America, suggesting that interest rate hikes are coming in the near future. Now it's time to take a look at some of the other business news that is making headlines around the world. After topping expectations for its Q4 earnings, Nike announced a new pilot partnership with Amazon.com. The world's largest footwear maker will now sell a limited line of shoes on the online shopping website. If the deal becomes permanent, analysts estimate that Nike's revenue could increase up to $500 million in the US. France's Public Audit Office says the new government will have to cut billions of euros in government spending in order to meet its deficit target due to overspending from the previous administration. It said the estimated deficit for 2017 is 3.2%, higher than the anticipated 2.8% reported by Hollande's government. Prime Minister Edouard Philippe warned of, quote, drastic budget cuts.
Thank you very much, Anke Ule, for giving us the latest from the business world.